Have you recently purchased a new coin and you have one of these? Well, this is a magnet. And if this is the only way you try to use to determine whether or not a silver, gold, or even numismatic coin is counterfeit, well, your technology might be a little bit unreliable. Let's talk about the counterfeiters, what they're doing now, and let's talk about some strategies that you can implement that might help. See, at one time, you could use a small magnet and you could hold that in your hand, and really that was all you needed. Most of the time, that was because the core metal that was used to make the counterfeits was what was they called ferromagnetic, meaning that it would be attracted to a magnet. Metals like iron, steel, nickel, or even manganese will often be attached to a magnet. Even with a thin silver plating covering the outside of the coin, the core's metal properties are strong enough to attach it to the magnet. But counterfeiters are getting smarter. Today's generation of counterfeits contain metals in a core like lead, titanium, copper, brass. The outside of the coin is thinly plated in silver, and that's usually meant to deceive you into believing that the coin is 90% or triple nine fine silver. Counterfeiters of gold coins prefer to use tungsten because the core of its weight is close to gold, whereas most silver coins have been either lead, copper, or layers of both. Now, this is something that the ACEF has talked quite extensively about. And if you want information about the article that I'm referencing, I'll be putting that in the chat. Acid has always been the least desired way of testing silver and gold coins. Why? Well, because if you're wrong and that coin's genuine, you've most likely destroyed the coin's surface, rendering it as undesirable, especially to a really good coin collector. Now, testing a coin's weight and diameter are some of the most cost-effective and reliable ways to identify most fake silver or gold coins. However, as shown in some of the discussions in the chats and in the live streams that I've done, many high sophisticated fakes may meet the genuine specifications, but rarely do they meet all of them. Now, government mints and private mints that manufacture coins and precious metals and bars have very exacting standards and publish, usually at their websites, the specifications of their products, including things like the metal composition, the weight, and the diameters. If you look at the video that I just watched on planchets, that goes really deep into this topic. I'll put a link at the end of the video. For collectible coins, as well as precious metal bullion coins, specifications can be found in standard reference books. Also, for a complete listing of U.S. coins, you can go to the coin book, also known as the Red Book. This is published annually by Whitman. And matter of fact, they just issued a new Whitman catalog. There are also pocket-sized digital scales, calipers, and things that are online for less than 30 bucks a piece. If you're going to be buying coins of any kind online, the best investment you can make is a digital scale, a caliber, a reference guide like a Red Book, and make sure you purchase them and read about your coin before you buy. Now, in the article, it talks about the number of things that you can do, but what's not on here that is probably the most important is buy from trusted sources. That's going to be your first line of defense. But hear me carefully. Even the professionals get it wrong from time to time. So again, test and test often. So how do you do it? Well, let's start with the digital caliper. The caliper measures precise diameter and thickness of a coin. So for instance, we're going to be utilizing the Morgan dollar. The diameter of a genuine Morgan dollar is 38.1 millimeters. Now, if you're going to be looking at the photo that's been provided, you'll notice that it's 38.26. It's not quite the right size. And because it's wrong, you don't necessarily need to do more testing. This coin isn't authentic. The next thing you'd want to do, though, is you'd want to put this on a digital scale. Manufacturing at the mint's publishing weight of the coin or bar should match exactly with the weight of your item. Now, there's minor tolerances, but they're very minor. And you'll want to find a scale that is accurate to 2 decimal points. So let's look at the Morgan dollar again. 26.73 grams. However, if we look at this particular image, you'll notice that the Morgan dollar on the digital scale is 25.58 grams, which confirms again that the coin is too light. It's outside of tolerance, thereby referencing it as a counterfeit. Now, there are other things that are not in this particular article that are also extremely valuable when you're looking at quantifying precious metals. They have silver or gold slides like this one right here that can be used to test the diamagnetic property. If it sticks to the magnet slide, obviously it's magnetic. If it slides too quickly and it's non-diamagnetic, it's not going to be the proper one. But this test in and of itself isn't a defining characteristic. It helps to use, but don't rely on the slide to determine authenticity of your precious metals. You also have this. This is a ping tester. This can also be used in relation to the calipers and the scale. You obviously would most likely need an app, but silver has a very clear tone. However, different silver from different years and different planchets make different sounds. So it's very important that you have an accurate app to determine and distinguish the difference between them. Of course, you can do the more scientific test. My friend Tiger Stacker is good at this, and that is the specific gravity test. This is a really good way to test the actual true weight of the coin. This is extremely good way of testing the authenticity of the metal. Now, just because you've been able to authenticate the authenticity of the planchet doesn't mean the coin itself is genuine. So it's important to pair yourself up with people who understand things like die markers, mint marks, the number of stars, the dates, and most importantly, and something that many people overlook, the font and thickness of the lettering on the coin. I hope this video has been beneficial. I hope that you realize that while magnets are good, they are not the only way to do a test. In order to be effective, you need to cultivate multiple tests and perform them regularly. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already done so, consider subscribing to the channel. Go over and check out the Anti-Counterfeiting Educational Foundation, also known as the ACEF. They're leading the fight against coin counterfeiting. A lot of this information came from this site. I'll be putting the link to this article in the description down below. But again, there's more information than was in this article, but they have tons and tons and tons of information about counterfeit coins. Go check them out. Be well, be blessed, subscribe, like, and share, and I will see you in the streams. Take care.